Use our Amazon affiliate link found below this video before making any purchases on Amazon for an effortless way to support the content you enjoy here on CrossForge Gaming.
Hey there, I'm Sam. Welcome to my first Talking Heads. I feel like this is going to be the first time y'all are really going to get to know me if you already don't. But I just want to get right into it because this news has me super excited. Like more excited than anything I've ever been excited for in forever. Spider-Man PS4. Or 2018, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to stick with Spider-Man for the rest of the video. Game Informer has exclusivity on all this news content that is coming out, so we will link in the description as to where you can find all this info, plus more as it comes out. That includes trailers and gameplay, as well as pretty much just anything they're willing to give us, which is awesomely enough a lot. There's a ton of content coming out, and a ton of info coming out right now, butt ton. And it's so cool. I'm really hype. I screamed yesterday. I'm screaming on the inside right now. We have a confirmation on costumes like the Noir costume, which is a really cool side universe in the Marvel universe. And it's just cool to see that we're finally getting that in a game, because as far as I'm aware, it's only been in the mobile game or other side games. Nothing main story driven Spider-Man game has had Noir in it yet, and that's like one of my favorite costumes outside of Scarlet Spider. That I also hope gets confirmed, but we don't really have much more than that, and I believe it's called Punk Rock skin. We'll see. There will be a collector's edition. It'll include a custom steelbook case, an art book, a sticker, and most importantly a statue with Spider-Man perched on top of a something. They're actually keeping that a secret for story reasons. It could be a knocked out Rhino, or maybe a container holding Venom, or better yet, Carnage. There is post-story DLC planned, and that could mean numerous things. It seems to me that it will be something that will make the game seem like it's constantly growing in both content and story, hopefully, giving us new missions as well as new characters to play. There will be not only Spider-Man, but also just playing as Peter Parker or Mary Jane, and even Catwoman actually, which is really cool. You will be able to interact with the civilians with fist bumps, high fives, selfies, even finger guns. Speaking of selfies, there is actually a photo mode, and I assume that's actually going to play into the story with a few missions as Peter Parker and Mary Jane, as well as just being able to take awesome scenic shots of skyscrapers and the skyline and everything like that. Just seems like they really wanted to put a lot into this game, even just little things to do, so that way you're not only constantly fighting or chasing down a car or something, which is something they actually haven't even talked about as a side quest. We don't know if that's going to be how it was in Spider-Man 2 or Ultimate Spider-Man, although we do have a confirmation there is going to be no pizza delivery or balloon fetching missions, which I am absolutely okay with, although that music will be missed. There's also going to be no Bruce Campbell, sadly. Great addition to the previous games, at least for the original 2000 series of movies. So yeah, he'll be missed. That's a little upsetting, but also understandable, and to me, honestly, entirely predictable, as I feel like that's something that should just be kept in the past, and where we can just, really treasure Bruce Campbell's sassiness. Apparently QTEs aren't going to be that bad. We don't even know if they'll still be in the game. All we have going off of that is Brian Intihar. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But anyway, he doesn't seem to be all that excited about them either, so that's definitely not going to be as bad as we think QTEs are in games when we think of them. The map will be several times larger than Sunset Overdrive, even though I haven't played it, so I don't quite know what that means, but I definitely do want to get that game now that I will be getting an Xbox One soon, so that's definitely something I am excited to see how big that map is, and then compare it when Spider-Man 4 or Spider-Man PS4 comes out, whatever you want to call it again. Sorry, I'm just really used to calling it that. It's been since 2016 since it was announced, so we really didn't know what to call it, and there's so far no subtitle. I don't believe there is. We even have the cover art for the case, which was released, and that looks really cool too. He also doesn't die instantly in contact with water, which is really cool. We don't know if that means he'll be able to swim or not, but he's not going to jump in and then instantly lose all of his health and then would have to start over from a save point. Also, microtransactions and Uncle Ben's death being in the game is answered with a big fat hell no, pardon my Spanglish. There will be a crafting system, which is kind of interesting. I'm really curious to see how that's going to work out. As much as I like the more organic webbing where we don't have to worry about it, I also do like the original Spider-Man for PS1 mechanic of finding web cartridges and having to refill. I think that would be cool if that's something where we could craft them ourselves, as well as maybe even the costumes. That would be something really cool, but we don't have a lot of info on that, just that there will be a crafting system, so we'll see how that goes. Other than side characters, any main characters are pulled from the Marvel Comics, so there's not going to be too many original characters, but we do already have Kingpin, Aunt May, even Miles Morales, which is really cool to see him in a game. I don't know what that means for the story. We don't know what that means for the story. It hasn't been announced other than his name being said at some point in one of the trailers, but I'm just really excited to see what they do with that. It could be a really cool DLC story that they add on later. Something I'd totally pay for in an expansion pack. The game is locked to 30 FPS on both the regular and the PS4 Pro consoles. We don't know if there will be a performance mode for the PS4 Pro. I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time, as long as the actual frame count is consistent and it's not all over the place, as long as it's not choppy, I'm okay with it. I'd much rather play a fun Spider-Man game than one that runs at 120 frames but sucks just as bad as The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or pretty much a lot of other Spider-Man games, which hurts me to say, but there really isn't too many good ones out there. We do have a handful of great ones, but they're really hard to play if you don't have a certain console, or they're really bad on PC, and that really sucks. Oh, and there's going to be no upside down kisses. All of this is actually coming from a rapid fire QA with Brian Intar and Leo Vader from Game Informer. Which, like I said, they do have exclusivity to all the new info coming out, so I will definitely leave a link into the description below for all of that news, and thank you for watching. Actually, really quick, one more thing I want to mention. There is the Sonic Mania Adventures series on YouTube. The first episode just came out a couple days ago. It's really cool. The art style is very, very clean. It kind of reminds me of a older Cartoon Network show called Chowder, where the texture kind of flows in the background and the characters are made over that texture. I don't know if that's describing it properly, but either way, definitely really cool. Go check it out. Leave the link in the description as well. Thanks for watching.